Okay, so my name's Aimee Durning, and I've been a teaching assistant for 15 years. I worked for about 8 years at a local primary school, and then I came to the University of Cambridge school when it first opened in 2015. So I've been a teaching assistant for all of my career in education, but just recently I've worked in the senior leadership team at the school and now the executive leadership team, which is very unusual for a teaching assistant. Initially, I became a teaching assistant because it suited family life. I had 2 young children at home, so when they went to school, it fitted perfectly with timings and everything. So that was my first step into it. And then within weeks, I realised that I had a place in the primary classroom with the teacher and with the children, and that I had a very different role to the teacher. But my role in the class was to build really strong relationships with children and to help those vulnerable children who, without an additional adult in the classroom, would find education really tricky. I think that support staff need to be recognised, not only teaching assistants, but admin people who work in the office, midday supervisors, because without these adults in schools wouldn't function now. TAs are very much a part of the fabric of schools, and without them, there would be so many children who wouldn't be able to attend on a daily basis. So not only do they assist with learning in the classroom, they help children at playtimes, they help with medical needs and general learning in the classroom. So they're very important. They need to be recognised as professionals because not only are there so many of them, hundreds of thousands of them, and taxpayers' money is paying their salaries every year, they need to be recognised because of the position they have in the classroom and because often they're working with the most vulnerable children within our society, and therefore they need to be recognised. And that's why we're so happy that the Chartered College of Teaching has created this associate membership, because they are the college for teaching. And so for once we're being recognised by an organisation as part of education, primary and secondary, special schools, alternative provision. So it's perfect for us, we feel. Well, I personally have been a member of the Chartered College since it opened, and I took up the affiliated membership, I think it was, which was offered to professors, TAs and others, people who worked in education. So I thought to myself, I recognise what the college is trying to do. I'd like to be a part of it. And I attended the first conference you had, which really opened my eyes to everything. And I thought, wow, this is a fantastic organisation. Happy to be part of it. So now for teaching assistants to be recognised as associate members is just amazing. So the benefits I've had personally is I've been able to access research databases. So in school, if during a professional development session, certain researchers have been mentioned, I've been able to go to the database, read more there. I've been able to be a part of the network meetings that have happened with the different colleges across the country, which has been great. My termly impact journal, which is great. So there's certain bits I dip into there. I would like to see a dedicated section to TAs, but I'm sure that will come along as we go, because it's nice to be involved as a whole, as a part of teaching, but we have got a unique role in education. We're not teachers, and we don't think we are teachers. We have a co-educating role alongside the class teacher and alongside other people within schools. So I'm sure that would develop over time. I think that teaching assistants do need to access quality CPD. I'm very lucky here because we do, and we have a programme of development for all of our support staff, which is great. And then from that, the children get a really good deal. So it'd be nice across the country if every child who works with a teaching assistant or has a teaching assistant guiding them at those moments of challenge, that adult has had the same level of professional development as anyone else within a school, whether it was in Wales, England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, that everyone has had the same level, that they have an understanding of child development, they understand curriculum, subject knowledge, and just general pedagogy, how we can do our stuff. Because I believe, and we believe here at the school, that teaching assistant pedagogy is really different to how teachers do their stuff. So we need to capture that and share it with everyone. And we can see the college has already been doing that with teachers via their events online and the impact journal. So it'd be great if TAs could access that as well and share that knowledge. I think the impact would be that it would be a professional body that has recognised us and in a way bring us all together, whether it is for networking via the network hubs you have, or whether it's certain events online or maybe a face-to-face conference. But it'd be great that we're being steered in a direction of this is what education looks like. This is how teaching assistants should be operating within schools. And we, of course, we know that should be in a research informed way, because there's lots of research out there. And I know that the college holds a lot of this knowledge, and then being able to share it with their members, and then for TAs to have the time and the space to come together to share their own insight into education, because we have so many adults working with children who hold knowledge, keep it within their schools, and it should be shared beyond the walls. Well, I think I'm going to be a bit political now. Until the government recognise us as a body of professionals who are working in schools, it's very tricky for salaries and career pathways to be forged, because I know that the government said it's up to schools how they pay their teaching assistants and how they deploy them and everything else, when I think central government need to hold this profession now, because there are so many of us. And I know we've got the SEND review happening at the moment and the green paper's being published, and we need a profession like the Charter College alongside maybe the unions to direct government on how TAs should be best placed in schools and in the classroom, because there's been for too long children being educated in corridors or away from their peers, because we have the research now that explains how best to educate children with special educational needs. So my hope is, and I would imagine the hope of other TAs, is that the college alongside us will talk to government, unions and everyone else and carve a new pathway for us that shines a light on the work that we do, the important, valuable work we do, and in that way maybe create a new pathway and a new career structure and pay for teaching assistants. I think that I would recommend becoming an associate member to colleagues and friends, because the Chartered College of Teaching is such a great organisation, and it would be wonderful to all be a part of the college, because then there'd be a space for us, for teaching assistants, where we all come together and we are able to network, and together as professionals we could share the great work that we do. And at the moment we haven't got a platform, so it would be the perfect place for us there, College of Teaching, because we are co-educators or paraprofessionals, whatever you would like to call us. That's what we are, and that's what we're doing every day. So it's great to have this membership open to us.